Hey, we're here with Eric, who is working with TAPA and just finished a residency in emergency medicine. He's going to tell us about it. Tell me first about what made you decide to do a residency. You're finishing PA school and you're about to graduate.
As a student, I didn't really have any necessarily medical experience before I started school, like any formal medical experience. So I think, as a PA, I think it's just hard to get a job at first in the ER because they want people with experience. Because the ER is fast-paced.
Mm-hmm.
It's they don't want to have to hold your hand because you get paid. A lot of times you get paid based on how many patients you see, and doctors don't want to sit there and hold your hand the whole time. So they want you to be productive. They want you to know what you're doing going in. And I think doing the fellowship I got, I was a resident, so I had an attending, and I had attending for some of my charts, and just like being and talking about patients with them, I learned a lot. And I got to do a lot of procedures. I got to see a lot of sicker patients that I would have just being by myself in the ER.
Okay. So tell me about some of the procedures, because I know working in a hospital, in order to do procedures, you don't only have to be licensed, but you have to be credentialed by the hospital, and I've done so many. So tell me about some of the things that you got to do and learn.
I've actually done quite a few things. I've done, I work at a level 1 trauma center, so I've done everything from like intubations to central lines to thoracentesis to lumbar punctures. Those are probably the more common procedures that I do. Laceration repairs, IND of abscesses. Those are really, those are INDs and sutures are an everyday thing.
Bread and butter.
Intubate and central lines every day. But, but it's been a great experience. I had a good experience.
Now, where did you go to PA school before you did the residency?
I went to Texas Tech.
Okay.
In Midland.
Okay.
So I actually grew up in Midland, so it's my hometown.
So was that fairly different going from West Texas to Houston as far as like medicine practice or different environment?
It is a different environment. It's right, right in the med center. It's a level 1 trauma center. Like my hospital that I did my rotation at school was a level 3. Mm-hmm. So we didn't have everything on call 24/7. Like it's really nice, the place I work. I can call ophthalmology at 3 a.m. if I have to. So it's kind of nice. You kind of get spoiled working at a place like this.
Yeah. Well, that makes a difference.
It is different than just being in a small community. Yeah. But I did some rural rotations as a student, which I also enjoyed.
Okay. So. Any advice for students who are about to graduate thinking about whether or not to do something like that?
My biggest advice for you, like just graduating, is, figure out what you want and like set priorities. If you want to live in Alaska, go live in Alaska, and it doesn't really necessarily matter what you want to do. Just go live in Alaska. I think you're going to be happy. Do what you want and you'll be happy. So, if you want to do emergency medicine, do emergency medicine. If you want to do derm, do derm.
Mm-hmm.
Set your priorities and and mainly just find a doctor who's going to teach you. If you don't like your supervising physician, your life's going to be miserable. So just get a doctor who's your first year you learn so much, and that's like the time I think you learn the most. Your first year right out of school. So just find a supervising physician who wants to teach you. So.
Cool. Well, thanks so much for talking with us, Eric. Appreciate it.
No problem.